Oops. I've got to share this to the group. Hang on, we're coming. Just making sure I'm showing up in all the right places. Right, we should be live in the group as well. Hello. We are talking about trust today. This is one of the key things that you need to nail in 2025 if you want to successfully build a business on social media, particularly through attraction marketing strategies. What I'm going to share with you today, these 3 things, are so important for you to get right and really concentrate on. So I know if you listen to this live and you write these things down and you concentrate on them, that it's really going to help you build trust with your audience. Bottom line is, in this industry, like social selling, network marketing, building a business online of this nature, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. You know that. I know you know that. I know you don't even really need me to sort of reiterate that to you, but it's just what is. There is no more important time in 2025 to be your authentic, genuine self, to build that trust. When you have trust with your audience, you'll buy something. Just have a think about is there anything that you've bought online from somebody. Like, just think about this for yourself with your own buying habits, that you've thought, yeah, I'm going to get that, but you don't really know them that well, but the trust is high. There's reasons for that. So that's what I'm going to go through in this video. So if you are watching me on Instagram, hello over here. Thank you for saying hello. And if you're watching me on Facebook, YouTube, my group, my business page, etc., here on Facebook, etc., say hello, let me know where you're watching from, and I hope you get some value out of this video, because it's really, really important. And the funny thing is, I've just jumped off a team call where a leader who's got a downline of 160,000 was talking it was like I was listening to myself. Like, the words that were coming out of her mouth were exactly like, yes. And it was everything I'm just about to share with you. It's so weird. What she was sharing is exactly sort of what I'm going to share with you now. And it's like, yeah, we are so in tune with what's required. And she's got a downline of 160,000. Okay, so I know what I'm sharing with you is the right stuff, because she was saying exactly the same thing. I just jumped off a team call I had to jump off early to come and do this live with you. I'll get onto those 3 things. Just, if you are in my coaching community, go and watch the recording of yesterday's training that I did for you guys about specifically goal setting with your business, what you're going to achieve this year. Like, I gave you a formula to follow, reverse engineered some numbers. It's just really important for you to understand what I went through in that training yesterday. So make sure you go and grab that. Okay. So back to topic. You know that people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Okay. So here's the 3 things. If you've got a pen, even write these down. Okay. Number 1, to build trust quicker. And why are we building trust? Because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you can build up trust quicker with your audience, then you're going to sell more of your stuff. Okay. So we want to try to build trust quicker online. So the number 1 way to do that is to talk about a result. People trust people with a result. So are you talking about product, or are you talking about business, or are you talking about service? Have a think about a result that you've had in one of those areas, whatever it is that you're promoting. Now, the downfall with this is a lot of people think, well, I haven't got a big result. I haven't really had much success online yet, so I can't talk about the business because I haven't done it yet. Or maybe you started a new product, but you haven't really got the ultimate result that you want, like a weight loss product or something like that. You don't need massive results to tell your story. You just need to be one step ahead of the person that hasn't even started yet. So, what's a result, even if it's a small result? And here's your backup plan. If you haven't had your own result, who else has? I guarantee you that there's a Facebook group, like in this industry of social selling and network marketing, whatever, there's probably a Facebook group full of testimonials of whatever it is that you sell, product and business wise. So get really good at sharing other people's stories if you don't have a really transformational one of your own as yet, but you are on your way to doing that. So you share the result that you're striving for, what it is that you're doing, and share the results of others while you're gaining your own. People trust people that have had a result. If you're all talk and there's no evidence, whether it's from you or somebody else, that whatever you're doing is actually working, then there is no trust. I know this for myself when I went on TikTok last year. Well, I keep saying last year, it's actually the year before now. And I turned up one day and I said, I'm not happy with how I feel or how I look, and I'm going on a weight loss journey. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm just going to share my journey every day here with you. And I literally had no idea whether I was going to succeed, whether I was going to fail. I think the accountability of going public actually helped me stick to it. And people watched my journey. I lost over 23 kilos, which is over 50 pounds in 5.5 months. And a few weeks of that, I was on Bali in a holiday. So if I didn't go to Bali, it would have been less than that. Like, it's not a long time in a scheme of things, but the trust that I gained with my audience in just a few months, like, I didn't need the end result to gain the trust. I was already gaining their trust in the first month, in the second month, with my small results. Yep, I've lost a few more pounds. I've lost a few more kilos. This is what I'm eating. I was giving value. I was sharing what I was eating. Like, I'm giving value, sharing the journey, sharing my result. My results were small when you look at them on a daily basis, but when you do that over time and you're consistent with that, it can be a very powerful result. That builds trust. I had people in my messenger and my email sharing with me their biggest issues, problems, opening up to me, like they trusted me, but they didn't really know me other than what I was sharing on social media. So do you get? Number one is all about a result. If you don't have a result yet, then go and get a result. Like, work hard at getting a result or sharing other people's results while you're on the journey of getting your own. Super, super, super powerful. You might see something online of somebody's transformation, like they've got a result with somebody, and then suddenly you're buying something because they got the result. So don't underestimate even small results, but that's how you can build trust quicker. Get a result, or borrow other people's results while you're talking about the journey that you're on to get that same result. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, it feeds off number one, because number two is your story, your unique story. The problem I see with a lot of content on social media is that, and some of you, your uplines teach you to do this. Here's a post that I put out there. Go and copy it. It's the worst thing that you can do for your algorithm, is go and copy somebody else's post. I just talked to my team about this earlier today. Copy somebody else's post word for word. Your organic reach will bottom out when you do that. Take inspiration from, an upline, sidelines, or whatever, like share content ideas, but take inspiration from it. Don't copy it, because there's nothing more powerful to build trust than your unique story. And you all have one. Some of you don't think you've got a story, but you do. You're just not thinking about it clearly enough or deeply enough. So sit with that. I spoke earlier in this week, sometimes you need to slow down to speed up. Some of you just need to slow down and think about, okay, what's my unique story? What about this business with the product or the service or the business opportunity side of it? Like, what's my unique story? What's my transformation with this journey? But what's unique about your story and your journey with the product you're using, the service that you've got, or the business opportunity? If you want to build trust quicker, learn to share your own story along the line. I mean, I've just shared with you that you can use other people's results and testimonials and stuff like that to give you trust. But while you're doing that, you're building your own story. So create your own story and share your own story. And you've all got one. You've got your own story, whether you think you do or don't, you do. So you just need to think more deeply about that. And that will build up trust, because no one can argue with your own story. They can argue with you about your products and quality, price, all the rest of it. Like, people can argue with you about those kind of things, but no one can argue with your story. Your story is truly, genuinely, authentically yours. And that's where you build up trust, because you stand out from the crowd. It's you. You uniquely own your own story. So what is that? I would encourage you to really think about that and share more of your own story. I forget to do that sometimes. My story of coming out of corporate. I know I could probably attract more corporate people if I spoke more about my story of coming out of corporate, not knowing what I was going to do with myself going into the online space. So I went from, that stable income. And yes, I've got accounting qualifications, business qualifications, marketing qualifications, law qualifications, all of that. And here I am online earning more money and having multiple streams of income than when I did all of that in corporate. That's a huge part of my story. I don't tell that often enough. I make more money now wearing casual clothes, sitting at home, chatting to you guys, building a brand, storytelling, than I did climbing the corporate ladder, slaving my guts out for somebody else. You've all got your own story. What is that? Share that. That's how you build trust quicker. Okay? Part of my story is what I stand behind. I've got 2 mottos that I say all the time. And there's quite a few, actually. Just on the team call that we were on, I shared one, but this is more of a training thing. Information versus emotion. It's something I say in my trainings, and I have done for years. Information versus emotions. For some of you, stop sharing just facts. Stop sharing just boring information. People can go to Google for information. People can go to YouTube for information. People can go to AI for information. It's the emotion of the story. It's the emotion of you. It's the emotion of what your transformation. It's the emotion that people buy. People don't need more information. They get bored in by emotion. So that's something that I share over and over again. But 2 of my mottos is be human before a marketer. I'm known for that. I share that all the time. And people tell me, I like listening to your trainings and coming to you because I know that you build with integrity. You're a human before a marketer. That's part of my story. It's part of my brand. I say it all the time. That's unique to me. Another one I share is I truly, honestly believe if you're not having fun in business, if you're not having fun in your team, if you don't have, uplines and sidelines that absolutely crack you up, that you adore, that you have a ball with, you're doing it wrong. So one of my other mottos is if you're not having fun in business, you're doing it wrong. And people repeat that back to me. What do you stand for? What's your story? What's uniquely your story? What's uniquely your brand? What's the mottos that you stand behind that? Share that online. That's what builds trust, is what's uniquely yours. Your story, your mottos, what you stand for. Let people know what you stand for. Stop copying everybody else online, because it doesn't make you stand out from the crowd, and it certainly doesn't help people trust you. You just blend in with everyone else. So that's number 2, the storytelling component. And the storytelling component helps you build your personal brand. Okay? Number 3, you know it, you've heard it, and I'm going to say it again. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. Consistency is what builds trust. If you show up on social media for a week or two and you're enthusiastic and you're motivated and you're really good with your messaging, and then you disappear for 3 weeks and then you come back and then you go again and you come back and you go again, people don't trust you. If you show up day in, day out, week in, week out, and I'm not saying you need to be a slave to social media. You don't have to be on social media every single day, but you do need to be consistent with your messaging. You need to be consistent with your story. You need to be consistent with what you're passionate about. That's what helps you build a personal brand, is when you say the same thing over and over again. The only way that people know me for having the mottos of be a human before a marketer is because I say it over and over again. I'm very consistent. Just the team call that we were on with my upline, who's got a downline of 160,000 people. Like, I was commenting in the chat and, we're talking about consistency on that call. And she said, oh, Helen's the queen of consistency. And I'm in the chat going, yep, I actually have to jump off this call because I need to go live. I go live 3 times a week publicly unless I'm away, and then I'll let you guys know. But I've done it for years. You guys know, if you're familiar with my life, some of you might not, when I'm going live, what days I'm going live, and that I will be consistently here for you. Whether there's a big fat zero of anybody watching this live or there's lots of people watching this live, I will be here live. Like, I'm consistent with that, and I have been for years. That's helped me build my personal brand. It's helped me with income streams. It helps me build my team. Like, consistency is key, and consistency builds trust, because people won't buy something off you if they don't trust that you're going to be there to help them. And people won't join you in your team if they think you're wishy-washy with what you're doing. Like, they have to be convinced that you are passionate about what you do and that you're there to stay. Like, if you want to build team members, you have to be consistently saying how awesome your team is and your company is and all those kind of things for them to trust that you're going to support them. People want to be supported, but they need to trust that you're going to be that person from them. If you never talk about it, or you never share the message of how you love what you're doing and you love who you're working with and all the kind of things that you know you need to do on social media, if you're not consistent with that message, people will join somebody else who does support them and who is consistent. The leaders in your company, they're probably just more consistent with their messaging and their story than you are. There is an opportunity for anybody to be successful online, but you need to be consistent and you need to marry the process and divorce the result. Whether you're winning in the moment or not is not important. You've got to start somewhere. The leaders that you look up to and you think how lucky they are, I bet you they've earned their stripes and got their following by being consistent ages ago. Now they might be winning. Now their teams might be growing faster. Now they might be earning lots of money, but you don't get that overnight. They've already earned their stripes. They've already done the hard yards of being consistent with something to get there. So you can too. You've just got to I've had this on a story today. You're only one, it was actually on my personal profile as well. I put it on a reel. You're one decision away from a completely different life. One decision away. That could be health. And I was sharing this with my team earlier. The alarm went off this morning and I was thinking you probably could take a morning off exercising this morning. Like, I taught my class on Monday morning. So exercised Monday, got up Tuesday morning early, exercised, went and did a step class Tuesday night at the gym. Got up Wednesday morning, exercised, got up yesterday morning, exercised, went to the gym again last night, and this is all in my time zone, and did a Zumba class. So I've already exercised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times this week in 5 days. So this morning the alarm went off and went, I'm tired. Have a day off, Helen. But my brain kicked into gear and I went, no, get your ass up and just do it. You know you're going to feel better for it. So I forced myself to get out of bed, and I've already exercised this morning and I feel better for it. And it just made me realize, and that's what inspired me to put my reel and my story up today. It's just one decision. One decision is, it's okay, Helen, just ignore your alarm, go back to sleep, or the decision to get up anyway and do it. I made the decision to get up anyway and do it. You are one decision away from a better business. You are one decision away from having better content out there. You're one decision away from being fitter. You're one decision away from being healthier. You're one decision away from being a better mum, dad, grandparent. Everything is one decision away. And you either back off, overthink it, and stop yourself from taking the action, or you just kick yourself into gear, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway. Stop overthinking and do it. And get your ass into gear and do what you need to do. You're one decision away from doing what you need to do. Now, in this live video, I've given you 3, just, there's many more, but there's 3 really valid things to create trust quicker online. You can listen to this and go, yeah, they're really good suggestions. I should probably go and do that. Or you can go and put these 3 things into action straight away. Or, think, right, tomorrow I'm gonna work out how I'm gonna put these 3 things that Helen talked about into action, because I want to build trust quicker online, because I want to make sales quicker. You're one decision away from doing that. Either you do it or you don't. It's that simple. Either you do it or you don't. It really is that simple. Okay, so stop overcomplicating things. Dial into these 3 things that I've shared with you, and learn to just post with. And this is what my upload. I just got off the call, and it's got a downline of 160,000. One of the sentences, and I wrote it down. Post with passion over obligation. Most of you are showing up on social media over obligation. You're forcing it. You're forcing stuff. You're thinking, what can I put in my stories? What can I put on my social media posts? Like you're posting out of obligation. Learn to love what you do. Learn to embrace your own story. Learn to, embrace the journey that you're on. Learn to embrace the result that you're trying to get, and share with passion rather than obligation. When you do that, you'll build trust quicker, because it'll be uniquely, genuinely your story, your journey, your personal brand that you're building, and you're going to get results a lot quicker than copying what everyone else is doing, copying somebody else's personal brand, copying, just you are your biggest asset. So go and get your own results, share your own story over and over and over again, and do it consistently. Okay, if you really listen to what I'm sharing with you in this video, it will make a massive difference in your business. Okay, so I really hope that you are hearing me today. Okay, so those of you that are watching live, was that helpful? Hey, Christina, how are you? Trust is crucial. Trust is everything. It's everything. Hey, Janice, how are you? Good to see you on. Susan, no worries, Dean, good to see you on. What have you said here, Christina? Thank you so much for this reminder on consistency. It's so true, because I've seen you here week in, week out for about 3 years. And it's like I've met you in person and we're friends. And this is what happens online. Like Christina and I have never met in person, but I actually feel like I know Christina quite well, because she shows up on my lives often. She comments. It brings her, like, she's on my radar because she comments and she interacts. And, she's been in my community, and I feel like I know Christina, and we've never met. It's just an online thing. But the online thing can be super, super, super powerful, can't it, Christina? With the relationships that you can build and the trust. And Christina, do you trust me? Well, I guess that's what you were sort of saying here in your comment. I've shown up, doing these lives over and over again, whether it's a big fat 0 or whether I get a handful of people watching. Like, I don't care. I'm still going to be here. My audience knows that I'm super consistent, if you're familiar with me. So, I build trust with my audience because they know I'm going to show up. You know what I mean? So that's up to you. You can either show up and do the do and, marry the process and divorce the result, and just be consistent with your messaging and how you help people. And I give a crap load of value and expect nothing. So when you're sharing your story, your genuine, authentic story, it's like, how do you weave in value with that as well, and give people things to think about? Help people, give them helpful tips. I'm giving you 3 very valid tips in this video. Is that helpful to you guys? I'm presuming it is. I'm hoping it is. So, learn to weave that in, and you'll build trust quicker when you give out great, valuable information and you help people. Okay. I'm going to leave it on this one thing, and I haven't shared this for a while, but I do say it over and over and over again, because it just smacks me in the face every time she does this. Mel Robbins, she's an inspiration to many. multiple $1 million earner, written amazing books, the owner and creator of the 54321 Do It Anyway theory, the owner and creator of the High Five habit, and she's just brought out another book, which is called the Let Them theory. Let them think that, let them do that. Like, it's none of your business what other people think and do, whatever. It's none of our business. It's let them. Okay. Now, think of the magic is this just blows me away every time I think about this, is the concepts of what Mel Robbins comes up is so super simple. 54321, is it simple? Yep. High Five habit, is it simple? Yep. Let Them theory, is it simple? Yep. Okay. So it's simple. She simplifies complicated things with simple messages. Learn how to do that. Simplify what you do and how you can help people. Okay, number one. Second, so simplify, something. Is what she shares, is it something that somebody can learn from and do something with? Like, is it actionable? Yeah. Can you literally say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to do it anyway? Can you do that in a matter of seconds? Of course you can. It's an action you can take. It's simple. The high five habit. Can you go up to your mirror in your bathroom and give yourself a high five? Of course you can. It's simple and you can take that action. The third thing that she does brilliantly, does it get people a result? Yeah, if they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to do it anyway. It's a simple action that somebody can take. And if they do that, does it get them a result? Yes, because they did the thing they were scared to do. High five habit. Is it simple for people to understand? Yes. Is it actionable? Sure is. Does it get people a result if they do it over and over again? Sure does, because it's building people belief in themselves. Because we high five everyone else and we never high five ourselves. So when we believe in ourselves and we high five ourselves, we're slowly shifting, the way we move through life. So everything she does is simple, it's actionable, and it gets people a result. Learn from that. I think about that all the time. That's why I always try to simplify things, especially for my coaching community. How do I make things simple for people to do? How do I do practical trainings to help things simple? What can I give people that's actionable? I've given you 3 tips in this video that if you go and do them and action these things, it's going to be helpful to you. And if you go and do the 3 things that I've shared with you in this video, is it going to help you get a result? Absolutely. Stop overcomplicating and overthinking everything and sit with these things that I'm sharing with you in this video. And this is a video that I would press the 3 dots and save and listen to again. Like, save this video or share it to people in your team. Share it to people that could, get value from this information, because this is where it's at. And everything is trust online. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So learn to build the trust quicker with these 3 things that I'm sharing with you, and take the lessons from somebody like Mel Robbins. She just does it brilliantly. Learn from people. Success leaves clues. So, what Mel Robbins does leaves a lot of clues. So learn from that. Okay? I've talked way too long, so I'm going to get off now, but I hope what I've shared in this video is super powerful to you in some way, and that you take some little nugget from what I've shared with you and go and action it, because that's what it's all about. It's about taking the action. Thank you, Christina. Absolutely powerful. I trust you like a good friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Deb, how are you? Helpful? Helpful by the crap load. I love that, Deb. Dean just got Mel Robbins' new book. See, simple. People are buying her. Well, she's already got her reputation now, so lots of people have bought her book, but there you go. Deb, very helpful. Helen, one step at a time. Absolutely, one step at a time. So thank you. And for those of you listening on Instagram, thanks for your comments as well. Okay, this is my last live video for the week. So go and have an amazing weekend, and make sure you join me next week. Same time, same days. I will be here because I'm consistent, and I will always strive to give you great value. So I really hope this video was helpful for you today, and go and share it with somebody that needs it. Okay, catch you next week. Bye.